Welcome to the Explainer. You know how sometimes your English sounds a little robotic? Well, today we're going to fix that. We're going to turn those clunky sentences into smooth, natural, human-sounding English. And guess what? It's way easier than you think. We're just going to focus on 4 super simple but really powerful little words to get you there.
All right, so let's jump right in and look at a really common problem for English learners. Maybe your vocabulary is awesome, your grammar is spot on, but something just sounds a little off, a bit stiff, you know? Let me show you exactly what I mean. Okay, so look at the left side here. That's what I call robot style. I like coffee. I like tea. I mean, technically they're perfect sentences, right? But they just feel separate and clunky. Now glance over to the right. I like coffee and tea. See that? Just one tiny little glue word, and boom, the two ideas stick together perfectly. That smooth, natural flow, that's our goal today.
And here's the best part. You don't need to learn hundreds of new words to make this happen. Nope, we're just going to focus on 4 essential tools. Think of them as your secret weapons. These 4 little words, or conjunctions, are going to completely transform the way you connect your ideas.
And here they are, the big 4. And, but, or, and because. Yep, that's it. And is for adding stuff together. But is for showing a difference. Or is for giving a choice. And because, well, that's for explaining why. Super simple, right? Let's break them down one by one. Okay, first up, let's tackle our first pair from the big 4, and but. These two are a classic duo. You'll use them all the time, for adding similar things together and for pointing out when 2 ideas are totally different. So, let's start with and. Honestly, the easiest way to think about this word is just like a plus sign in math. It takes idea 1, adds idea 2, and joins them together into one single, smooth sentence. Easy. So instead of saying, I like football, I like tennis, which sounds a bit choppy, you just say, I like football and tennis. It's one connected thought. It's way more efficient, and it just sounds so much more natural, doesn't it? Here's another great example. We're connecting 2 descriptions about the same person. Tall and beautiful are both positive things, right? They're similar ideas. So and is the perfect word to link them together smoothly. She is tall and beautiful. All right, now let's flip to the other side of the coin, but. This is what you use when you want to show a contrast or a surprise or a totally opposite idea. If and is a plus sign, think of but as connecting a positive idea with a negative one. This is such a classic example. You start with something positive. I love London. Then you hit them with the negative. It is very expensive. What's the word that connects those 2 opposite feelings? It's but. But is that perfect bridge between the good and the not-so-good. I love this one. But here is all about showing something unexpected. I mean, when you hear 80 years old, you're probably not thinking football player, right? So but signals that surprise, that contrast. Oh, and here's a little pro tip for your writing. You'll almost always see a comma right before the word but. Okay, we've covered adding and contrasting. Let's move on to our next dynamic duo, or and because. These guys are amazing. One helps you present choices, and the other is absolutely essential for explaining the reason why something happens. So, let's talk about or. Whenever you have different options, different paths you can take, or is your best friend. It's like a little signpost in your sentence that tells the listener, hey, you've got a choice to make here. I mean, you probably hear this question every single day, right? Do you want tea or coffee? That little word or is doing all the work, pointing to the 2 different options. It makes the choice crystal clear. Okay, now lean in for this one, because this is a super important rule and it catches a lot of people. When you're making a negative sentence, like I don't do something, you have to use or to list the things, not and. So you say, I don't eat meat or fish. It's one of those little details that makes a huge difference in sounding natural. And that brings us to our final tool in the toolkit, because. Its job is so simple but so important. It's the why word. It answers the question, why? Anytime you need to connect a result with its reason, because is the word you're looking for. Take a look. The result is, I am happy. And the big question is, why am I happy? Well, because it is Friday. See how because introduces that reason so perfectly? It just works. And it's the exact same formula here. The result? She didn't go to school. The reason? Because she was sick.
It's a really simple cause and effect, a logical connection made possible by that one little word.
Okay, you've seen the big four, you know what they do, now it's time for you to put them to work. Let's do a quick little practice session and see if you can pick the right tool for the right job. You ready?
All right, first one up. I like swimming. I don't like running. So we have a positive idea, like swimming, and then a negative one, don't like running. Which one of our four words is the absolute perfect choice to show that contrast?
You got it. It's but. The ideas are opposites. Like versus don't like. So but is the only word that works.
Okay, next one. Do you prefer pizza, pasta? This one's pretty clear, right? We're giving two choices for dinner. So which word do we use for that? Exactly. Or. Whenever you've got option A and option B, that glue word in the middle is always or.
Perfect.
And let's do one more. I am studying English. I want a better job. Think about the connection here. I want a better job is the reason I'm studying English. So, what's our reason word? Of course it's because. The action is studying English, and the motivation is wanting a better job. Because connects them perfectly. See? You're totally getting the hang of this.
Awesome, that was a great practice run. Before I let you go and start connecting all your own ideas, let's just do a super quick summary of everything we've covered.
Okay, you might want to pause and take a look at this. Think of it as your personal cheat sheet. It's got your whole new toolkit right there in one place. And is for adding, but is for contrast, or is for choice, and because is for reasons. It honestly is that simple. So, that brings us to the end. Here's your final takeaway, and a little challenge for you. Let's put this into practice right now. I want to know, why do you study English? Use that powerful new tool you just mastered, because, and finish that sentence for yourself. Go on, build your own amazing, meaningful sentence.